Welcome, everybody. It's 5 o'clock on Tuesday, so I know it's getting late in the day. I think the drinks have already started, so hopefully you'll stick around for a few minutes. Anyway, my name is Jeff Whitaker. I work for NetApp. I work in our Cloud Data Services group. What I'm going to do is talk to you a little bit about one of the pieces that we've been doing for, I think we've had in a public now for about 5 months, a solution called Azure NetApp Files. I know I just said I'm with NetApp, but Azure NetApp Files is a Microsoft service, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. So if anybody go to the like Xander's keynote and hear some of the demos up there? Couple. All right. So I'm going to get in a little bit of detail on this one, and I'll show you a demo as we get rolling as well. So one thing I just want to let you know, NetApp, we are a data management, a data storage company. Been 27 years or so, doing a lot of stuff in the data center. Over the last 7 years or so, we've been doing a number of different things to really start helping customers with their data in the cloud. And that's really culminated with our group called the Cloud Data Services team, where we're building services to really help you deploy, run, monitor, and manage your data as a service. Basically, so you don't have to. We'll actually run those services, whether it's something that you could get through a marketplace or the Azure NetApp Files solution, which is a Microsoft offering that we help to build. So one of the things that I'd like to touch on first is what have we seen with the struggle, and maybe you guys can relate, or maybe it's something that comes down the road. One of the big issues we've seen is with customers that are moving their environments into the cloud. I don't know if it was when it came about 10 years ago and some of the efforts in the cloud started to think that object was the solution for everything, including files. And I think we all started to realize, like, no, that doesn't solve the problem. So the big issue is there's still a lot of applications that still sit inside the data center. And whether you're going through an evacuation, getting your data out of the data centers, or you're just trying to look at different applications to move in, more than half of them still reside inside the data center themselves. And of those, at least half of those have some sort of a file requirement. And the big issue that we see is customers are looking to find ways to deploy into the cloud. They want to be able to utilize the file environments, but not give up performance, reliability. You know, the things that you've come to expect in the data center. It's like, why do you want to just throw that out the window when you move to the cloud? So, and then bringing in some of the management capabilities. And up until recently, no one really wants to build their own file servers, right? It's, hey, I got to get files up there. I'm going to go build a Linux file server to solve that. I don't want to do that, So that's really the big challenge that we've seen in the market. And kind of what it has looked like is when you're talking about the environment, you're talking about an Azure virtual machine. You're running Linux on it, whether it's a Red Hat or a SUSE Linux or something like that. And then you're assigning a bunch of disk to it and creating a file server. Now you got to worry about patches, monitoring, maintaining. Is it going to scale? Right? Some of the challenges that you run into, are you going to get the performance out of that you need? Right? So a lot of those things that you want to get away from, you don't want to deal with. You want to have an actual service like you would expect with the disk and blob that you already get inside of Azure. So just to kind of step back a little bit, NetApp and Microsoft have been working together for a while now, probably 20-ish years, on solutions, again, data center-based solutions. But over the last 2 years, we've been building this service really to help solve the challenges that Microsoft has seen and bring these capabilities for customers into the cloud, making things easy, making it something so that you can get either the applications or just data, right? Getting some of that stuff out of the data center, getting that into an operational environment like Azure. And the result of that was the solution of Azure NetApp Files. So Azure NetApp Files, love to say it, I'll say it maybe 10 more times today. This is a Microsoft service. It's built and powered by NetApp technology. We actually have a solution that sits inside the Azure data centers and delivers enterprise file capabilities into the application environments and does it quite high performance as well. Some of the areas that we, I think they kind of mentioned it, powerful enterprise file shares by NetApp, but NFS SMB, so your Linux workloads, your Windows workloads, being able to support those in the file environment. And then one of the big ones here is being able to give you the ability to adjust your performance on a tier basis. So if you need just basic file services, you can set up a standard service level. move your data pools up there. Maybe it's binary files. There's stuff that you don't need to have a lot of performance for. And then you can dial that up to premium and to ultra. And this goes from 16 megabytes per second of throughput per terabyte all the way up to 128 megabytes per second of throughput per terabyte. And I'll show you a slide on some of the performance numbers. You probably won't be able to see them from down there, but I'll tell you what they are anyway. And then on top of that, because of this performance profile that we were able to get out of the environment that was built inside the data centers, we were able to hit key metrics for SAP. So just yesterday was announced, or just today was actually officially announced, SAP has certified Azure NetApp Files as a data source for HANA, which is, they're very stringent, time from a latency perspective, all this performance perspective. It really opens that door so that you can do scale out file environments inside of Azure because of the high performance speed of the actual Azure NetApp Files infrastructure. So it kind of opens new doors. Nobody does this. None of the other providers do this. This is the only service combined with the Azure Compute nodes that can actually solve that SAP challenge. And then on top of it, we do the any database environments, whether you're using SQL or Oracle possibly, and then just general file systems in the SAP environment. The big one is every single SAP landscape does require files, so this does solve that challenge for you. And then some of the other workloads where we've seen a lot of customers is, again, just the general file environment. I need to get data up there. I need a lot of people to be able to access and share access to the actual data sets, or a lot of applications do that. Being able to get those up into the cloud, put them there, have an easy way to get to them, and a very simple way to get to them. And then on top of that, again, some database, some SQL environments. VDI has been a big one that's been popping up recently. So being able to do those virtual desktop environments, because some of the features that we do inside the NetApp systems that allows you to spin up new environments extremely quickly without costing more data, which we all know that as you move more data into the cloud, your price continues to go up every single bit that goes in there. So being able to help solve some of those. And then again, getting into that high performance area. We do have a number of customers in the oil and gas space, in the semiconductor design space, where they generate millions and millions of files, and they can actually solve their performance challenges by running their environments on Azure NetApp Files. Availability. So we went, the service went GA back in May of this year. The availability, we've expanded. We started off with 5 data centers. We're up to 11 data centers now. We're actually rolling out roughly a couple of data centers per month. So we have coverage, 5 regions in the US. We have 4 regions now in EMEA, so 2 in the UK. We actually just rolling out the UK South, so you can do a kind of a DR type environment or a multi-location type environment there. And then we as well have 2 in Asia Pacific, 1 in Australia, 1 in Southeast Asia. And one of the things, and I'll just jump to this one in a moment here, but I like to spell this out. As I said, this is an Azure service, right? As you look at all the different options that you have when you're going into Azure for your data environments, this just comes down to another service solving those file challenges. You've got your blob, you've got your disk, and now you've got Azure NetApp Files in this environment. So really bringing that enterprise-grade capabilities, functions, features to help you out. There we go. So back to, as I mentioned before, performance levels. When I was talking about the high speed that you can get out of a volume itself, one volume we've actually been able to get 4.5 gigs of throughput in a single volume on this environment, which really opened the door for a lot of different type of applications. And really been one of those, I'll talk about one of the customer scenarios here, but really opens that up so you can get some great speed for the throughput type situations on top of those database type environments which require extremely quick access. Repsol, which I'll mention here, it said they did some testing inside of Azure compared to what they were doing in the data center, and they got a 5x boost in their high performant environments using this service. And then they started a pretty heavy shift into this because it really allowed them to get into the flexibility of what Azure offers, but yet get the speed that they had expected, and actually better than they had expected in the data center. And speaking of Repsol, so Repsol is a oil and gas company out of Spain. So they have a lot of environments that they run. It's been a heavy data center type solutions where they do a lot of, Reservoir simulations was the first area that they focused on. Again, millions of files being generated as they're going through analyzing this, needing the performance to come through. Gave them that 5x performance boost as they moved in, but yet still simple to manage. Very much, this is an Azure service again. This is something that you just utilize the Azure interfaces as you go through provision, APIs, all the stuff that you may already be familiar with, doing that in a data context. And then getting those performance environments and actually letting them take some of the applications, move them into the cloud where they would have had to do some redesign in order to support that type of performance had they done it a different way. So let me jump over to a demo real quick. I'm going to hide behind the stage for this one. Let's see. Okay, as I said, you're not going to be able to read anything. I was hoping for a bigger screen. But so this is the general Azure portal, if we're all familiar with. One of the things that I like to note, if you go over here to the left, we've got all the services that are available. This is really hard to read. Well, in here is where you're going to see the storage services. And inside those storage services, that's where, even I'm having a hard time seeing in here, Azure NetApp Files right here in the middle. So just another choice when you're talking about doing things with your data. We have a couple different constructs in the environment. We have what's called a storage account. So as you're looking at different regions that you want to deploy in, maybe you got multiple locations, or maybe you have just multiple business groups that you want to separate and give their own different storage account. This is for more tracking purposes and then setting up those regions. I have one set up for the event this week. And inside there, we have what's called a capacity pool, and then we have the volumes, and we all know what volumes are. But the capacity pool is the environment that you provision, and you set up a performance level associated with that. So think about, you've got your generic file environment that you just want to store files, set that up at a standard performance level, but you got your database team, and you say, hey, here's an environment for you. I'll give you this pool of data, and you can go create your volumes and create the environments. It's very easy. The application teams can often do all this themselves. So give them an environment to work with, and then get the performance that maybe they need, and they can adjust things as they see fit. So I will show you here. I've got a capacity pool. I got a couple capacity pools actually now. This one is in the standard performance tiers. And inside here, I've got, 34% of my space is already taken up because our booth right over here, we're doing a lot of volumes creating, going on and on each day. So I'll jump into a volume and just show you how really easy it is. This is the environment. A couple of clicks here, simple piece, add a volume, right? Just let's get a volume added and make it very easy what you need to do. Let's add a volume. I can go in and choose the defaults. Right now it's set up for default of NFS v3. Give it a name. Basically say go, give it a capacity. But then we can jump over here at the protocols, say which version of NFS do I actually want to run? Do I want to run an SMB environment? You'll see red here because I don't have an Active Directory set up in my environment. But in general, you get this very simple way to go choose what you need, and then you come back, let's give it a name. I'm going to give it my talk 1. I'm going to give it how much space do I have? I've got 4 terabytes in my capacity pool that I can choose from, so I'm going to actually throw a terabyte up there in that volume. And of course, I didn't give it the right information. Let me redo that. So I'll do that again. All right, so talk 1, 1 terabyte of space, create. Well, that was it. It did its validation check, make sure I didn't break any rules, and then I go ahead and create that volume. So this is going to go off, and as I said, NetApp technology is in each of these environments. It's actually going to go off and create a data volume on top of our enterprise equipment inside each and every one of the data centers that we're supporting. And this will go start that process, create it. It can take anywhere, depending on the subnet backend, all those different pieces. Oh, I'm already done. Cool, I'm going to go there. That was actually fastest one I've seen today. In here, one of the things that I always love is just to make it as simple as possible. We have a piece right over here called mount instructions. So anybody that knows that they got to go create their volumes and attach them to all the servers that they need, we actually create all that based on how you have created the volume, all your export policies and all that. give you the cut and paste. You just go drop these into your VM, and you're now connected to your data environment. So rather than go out there and remember, okay, what was my export policy and what was this? Now we do all that, just a cut and paste, drop it in and go. And that's it. The goal here is really to make it very simple, very easy for you to actually do this. And then maybe it's the application team, right? Maybe it's the data scientist or whatever the teams are working on this. You can actually go out there and create these volumes very easily. Let me jump back. All right. So just to summarize, half of all the enterprise applications out there are file-based. And Azure NetApp Files is really the tool to make the cloud a reality for all those file environments, whether generic performance stuff all the way up to very high-speed, high-performance type environments. Consistent high performance. Because there's dedicated equipment inside there with redundant links going into the actual compute nodes, you get consistency. We say you're going to get a performance level, you're going to get that performance level, and you're not going to get variations at any time throughout there. Built on high reliable environments, so all the systems, they're redundant internally, so you make sure that you've got highly available infrastructure for every single volume that you create, and then you can set up multi-environments as well if you need to go outside the region. And then manage all that with built-in enterprise features. I didn't really get into a lot of the features. We do have a booth over here, 1047, where you can actually learn a bit more if you do want to dig into some of this stuff. And we can show you, maybe put a context in front of you for some of the demos. We're demoing across these and a number of our other services. One thing I want to mention, and I didn't highlight it in the overview, this is GA. It is available for everybody. It is a whitelisted product, though, so you actually do need to go in and register. It's a real quick process to get you up and running. I think from the Microsoft deployment standpoint, because there are systems that go into every location that we support this, they have a little bit more of a controlled availability. So you go through, you do a quick registration, and you'll be up and running in no time. And then if you want to learn more, you can go to Azure. Obviously, go to the Microsoft site. I think there was somebody talking about the docs site here right before me. Go in there. There's a lot of resources that you can utilize, from solution architectures for a number of different applications to just simple instructional guides. And then we also have, on the NetApp side, we have a site called Cloud Central where we have information there as well. You can actually register from there on that side as well. But from there, I want to say thank you, but I do have some goodies that I can throw these out for everybody.